Hey guys, James with Torches and Tactical, and if you've ever found yourself in a situation where you need a little bit of illumination when you're on your trail rides, or if you do any sort of like downhill mountain biking, anything like that, and you definitely want some light for that, I highly encourage you guys to check out the Wubin B2. Now they sent this to me so I could show you guys not only that, but they also wanted me to let you guys know that right now they are having their 8th anniversary sale. That goes on from March 15th to the 31st, and you can get some amazing deals on the Wubin B2, everything from the G2, and you can also go in between with the X1, A1, or even the Wubin L1. So guys, I highly encourage you guys to check that link out below so you can get some amazing deals on the Wubin 8th anniversary sale. Now, with that out of the way, I do want to go ahead and talk to you about the Wubin B2. Now, the Wubin B2 is a pretty substantial light as far as being able to put it on your bike. I did go ahead and get this mounted, which I will show you guys a clip here in a little bit. But I did go ahead and get this mounted on a bike in our arsenal, or that we have hanging around, just so you guys can see how it looks. Not only that, but I will go ahead and take this out tonight so you guys can see how the Wubin B2 shines. But before I do any or all of that, I do want to show you guys everything that comes in it, because it does include a free gift as well. But I want to show you everything that comes included in the package and then run through those specifications. Then we'll touch on the light. So for starters, here is the Bike Light B2 from Wubin. You can see all the specifications right there, all the way up to 1300 lumens. And then inside, you do get a user manual, which will walk you through every step of how to use this. Then you also get, well, I mean, if it's a bike light, you need to have some way to mount it. So here is a mount. So you can attach this to your handlebars, and the light effortlessly attaches up here on top. Not only that, I will show you this a little bit later, but you can also unlock it. So if you need to rotate, oh, sorry, I just locked it. You can also unlock it. So if you need to rotate your light at all, there's a very, very strong detent system in there. So you can angle your light any way you may need to. And unless you want to, it's not going to go anywhere. So let's get that out of the way. Adapter rings that fit the bike mount, as well as a spare O-ring on this side. So let's go ahead and get this out of there. You do get, well, hold on, let's leave that one here for a second. You also get a USB-A to USB-C charging cord, so you can keep your B2 topped off. And there's actually a little surprise inside here as well. One thing I'm hugely a fan of, but I'll go ahead and show you guys that here in a second. But again, USB-A to USB-C. This is Wubin branded. Here, I'll bring this up so you can see that. It is Wubin branded, which I always appreciate when a manufacturer goes above and beyond and gets you some really, really good quality stuff. Finally, you do also have a tail light. That's right, this is an adjustable strap here, so you can attach this to the back. And actually, while I have it here, well, this is a micro USB cable, so you can keep the taillight charged up. But while I have the taillight here, I'll just walk you through this real fast. There is a small, very small button right here. And this is the free gift. This is included for free when you buy the Wubin B2. But if you press that button, there you go. There's a couple different options you can have. And press it again. Press it again. This is kind of a random alternating. And then you can have it all the way on. So let's go ahead and shut that off. But pretty decent strap system on here. Very, very thick silicone rubber, so you don't have to worry about it giving up the ghost or anything like that anytime soon. But if if you want to set this on your seat post, you can adjust for that, or wherever on your bike it works. So let's go ahead and get the free gift, the taillight, out of the way. And then I can tell you guys about the B2 and its specifications. So the B2, the low mode here runs for 7 hours, and that gives you 200 lumens. So enough for a nice cozy stroll throughout the neighborhood. Or you can bump it up to 400 lumens, and then you can go to high, which is 1000 lumens, or you can hit turbo, which is 1300 lumens, and will shine for 280 meters. Now go ahead and look at that reflector. That is a massively deep reflector, a little bit of honeycombing right in the center. but 280 meters. And if you like those candela numbers, that is 19,650 candela. The whole thing comes in at 121 meters, 121 millimeters by 36 millimeters, and everything all included without that battery comes in at 138 grams. This is more than just a pretty face. It's also pretty tough too. You can go ahead and drop this from 1.5 meters, as it is 1.5 meter drop resistance rated, and waterproof rating of IP68. So if we look at the B2 now, again, I just showed you this reflector here. Looks like a large TIR optic with some honeycombing in the middle. Don't worry, I'm not going to turn it on or anything right now, but very, very deep. And that's what's going to help get that light out to 280 meters. So very cool design. Now, aside from that, you have some elongated, instead of running horizontal like you would, well, horizontal if it's standing up rather. Instead of running horizontal like it would on a normal flashlight, this has some vertical. So if it's standing up, they come up and down. Some vertical cooling fins or machining marks right here, but very cool. Now you do see it step in right here. And this is the top section. Very nice stainless ring. And then you have the W logo there. That is an E-switch. It works very, very well. And like pretty much all Wubin items, they want you to know that it gets a little on the toasty side. So very, very cool, very nice. A little bit more machining here. There is a battery direction indicator. I realize I've had it upside down most of this time. But there is a battery direction indicator, and that's really, really nice because, I mean, there is reverse polarity protection, but it saves you from having that headache, especially when it is right next to the tail cap that comes off for replacing that battery. But it's just really nice. So you know that, hey, this is the way the battery's got to go in, and you're not going to have any issues after that. If we turn it over, though, you will see this plate here. Now, this plate attaches with some small hex screws, and that is actually what's going to mount. Here, let's go ahead and do that right now. That's actually what's going to mount that locking bike mount. So there we go. And then to release it, all you got to do is pull that part down, and then it slides right off. But this is adjustable for any. There you go. You can open it up, and those adapters that were over here, those just slip right over the top if you do have a smaller bar that you want to mount it to. So you also do have your charging port, USB-C again. Very, very thick rubber on that charging port cover, which I'm always a fan of, and which explains why it has that IP68 water resistance rating. So we'll look at the tail cap now. You do get the WubinLight.com web address, as well as that governmental signage, and then we can remove that tail cap. And this is that last little surprise I was telling you about. So you do have the tail cap, and inside an 18650 cell from Wubin. Now this is 2600 milliamp hours, and it is their ABE 2600C. And if you want a little more juice, it does have a sleeve in there, so you can swap this out to a 21700 cell. Again, make sure that positive terminal goes first, but you can swap it out to a 21700 cell battery, which again, I really appreciate. That'll get you some longer run times for you. But now that we've seen this, I do want to walk through the user interface with you. So first and foremost, if it's off, what you can do is you can press once and that will turn it on. If you press again, it will cycle through your different light modes. So here you get low, medium, and high. Now, if you press it twice, it will go to turbo. And then if you do 2 more times, it will go over to a beacon mode, and 2 more again. This will do SOS. Now you can hold for off, and while it is off, you can press twice from here, and it will go straight to a beacon or SOS. And then while it's off, if you do press 3 times, here, maybe maybe I'll come in a little bit. You can see now that that Woobin logo is glowing. It has a breathing blue lamp in it. And what you can do is 3 presses, 1, 2, 3. Now that Woobin logo's out. So if you want to have this Woobin logo or the W button illuminated, you can do 3 presses from off. So let's go ahead and bring it back down now. But I will walk you through the user interface of that taillight one more time. Now that taillight, again, the whole thing is controlled with this one little switch. Here, I'll just leave it up here. So let's go ahead and press and hold. And that tail switch is on now, or the tail light is on now. Then simple button presses will go through the 4 different modes. Here you have your flash. This is like a random. And then you have just on. And this is the, well, there seems to be a sequence of this, but too hard to describe. And then you can press and hold, and it will shut off. So guys, now, like I said before, I did take this out and get this mounted to one of the bikes in our fleet. I feel like fleet's a better word than arsenal. I did mount this to our fleet so you guys can see exactly how this looks attached to a light. And then tonight I will go ahead and take this out so you guys can see this. But for you, it's just going to be a couple seconds. So let's go ahead and take a look at how it looks on the bike and then get outside. Let's do this. All right, guys, we're inside the shop right now. We got a bunch of bikes here. Unfortunately, none of them are mountain bikes, but I wanted to be able to show you what the Woobin B2 looks like mounted to a set of handlebars. And then you can see from the back exactly how this all plays out. So you can still access the buttons very easily. Very, very nice. One thing I really like about it is the fact that you can index it. So if you see something or you know you're coming up on a weird right turn, boom, go ahead and do that. Works really, really nicely. So now that we have seen the Woobin B2 on a set of handlebars, let's go ahead and see what this looks like in the dark. All right, everybody, we are out here with the Woobin B2, the bike light. Earlier today, you saw it mounted on a set of handlebars for a bike that we have in our shop. Now we are going to go ahead and, now that it's dark, we're going to go ahead and see what it does outside. So for starters, I'm just going to go ahead and press it one time, and that will get the light turned on. So right now we are in 200 lumen low mode. If I press it one more time, this will cut over to medium or 400 lumens. If I press one more time, it will go to 1000 lumens or high. And then if I do a double press, this is 1300 lumens from the Woobin B2, 280 meters and 19,650 candela. Now, what I can do is I can go ahead and press 2 more times. This will switch over to beacon. Press 2 more times, we'll switch over to SOS. And I can hold to shut it off. All right, and finally, if I do 3 presses, hopefully you guys can see this, it will turn on that W blue blinking light, or breathing light. All right, I will bring this up towards the camera real fast, just so you guys can see that W does breathe. Now I have my focus set to quite a ways out, so it won't look very clear, but it looks much better close up. All right, now that we've seen the B2, I'm going to head on back out for just a second and show you how that tail light looks in the dark. So I'm going to go ahead and long press to turn it on. Definitely visible. Press one more time to change modes. There are a total of 4. We're on the second one now. One more time. And finally, there we go. This one is solid. So a long press will shut that off. And now that we've seen the included free gift tail light, now let's go ahead and get back inside. All right, guys, we went outside and we saw the B2 not only on one of our bikes that we have at the house, but we also saw how this works out at night. Now, 280 meters of throw from a bike light is plenty. I'm not going fast enough to where I need any more than almost 300 meters of advanced notice. So maybe that's just me. But I really, really do like the fact that it seems like with the B2, Woobin is making sure that you are covered all around. You have the option to swap out that 18650 all the way to a 21700 cell. It includes the bike mount, it includes the tail light, and it includes 2 charging cords in case you need to keep the bike mount, the bike light, or the tail light topped off. So on top of that, you also get your spare O-ring, and you get a couple of adapters in case you need to extend out this bike mount. So very cool, and I really, really do appreciate the fact that Woobin really does seem like they're taking care of you when it comes to your experience with Woobin products and how they work on your bike. So I really appreciate a very simple user interface, because when I'm riding a bike, I don't want to have to think twice about it. So guys, the Woobin B2 is a fantastic option if you are looking for some sort of illumination on your trail rides, or downhill mountain biking, or whatever. So if you are interested in the B2, go ahead and click on the links down below, because again, they are having their sale. The B2, the G2, the X1, A1, L1, the new T600, pretty much everything on their site is on sale. So if that interests you, again, those links are down below. So finally, guys, thank you so much for sticking through this video with me. If you could like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel, I truly, truly appreciate it. But if you also subscribe, click on that bell notification, because that will let you guys know when we have another Woobin light coming out, or when we have a giveaway. We are so, so thankful for your continued support, and that allows us to look at lights like the B2. So thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.